There are many different games, items, maps, and things you can do on the Hive, but these are some that I, and probably a lot more people, consider to be underrated. Starting off with the Questmaster. Using this NPC, you can do quests on the Hive, and the harder the quests are, the more quest points you get. Now, I really like the Questmaster because the quests engage you to play other games you normally don't play, and you don't get bored either, because you have a purpose in the game, and it's that you need to complete the quest. Once you do eventually complete the quest, you will get rewarded with quest points, and if you get a certain amount of quest points, you can also use them to redeem an EXP booster, an LTM costume that changes every month, or even a costume gift. So that means that doing quests on the Hive is basically playing the Hive, but you also get awarded for doing so, which is just a win-win. Okay, now onto a really hot take. Bows. I know what you're thinking. Ew, bow spammer, ew, cringe, but hear me out. If you manage to master the art of the bow on the Hive, you will see how useful the bow actually is. For starters, the bow and arrow are quite easy to find in skywars and survival games, and they're very cheap to buy in treasure wars and capture the flag. It is basically a snowball, but better. As the snowball, you can also use the bow to get people into a combo, but by doing that, you will actually deal damage to the opponent and also see how low they are, unlike with the snowball. Now moving on to another item, boomboxes. There are a lot of variations of the boombox on the Hive, and it's fair to say that they all have their fair share of utilities, but I'm gonna be concentrating on mainly the knockback boombox. It is so underrated, especially in skywars, as they can transport you almost as fast as the Poe, but without you having to take any damage. The only downside is that people can make you fall out of the air by hitting you with a projectile, but don't worry, all Hive skywars players are such bots and they have trash aim, so you should be good. Now onto a whole game mode that I think is the most underrated on the Hive, Death Run. Death Run is very chill and has a lot of maps, which makes it difficult to get bored of playing it. Also, it makes you practice your movement and reflexes, which will be useful in PvP games such as Skywars and Treasure Wars. But Death Run also has a competitive side, which is mainly for speedrunning, which is also very fun, and I went through it more in depth in my latest video. Now onto the next one. An underrated thing you should do is hit that sub button, as I'm trying to hit 3k before December, and all the help would be appreciated. Anyways, heading on to a custom server preset, Daft Tag. This is a game preset you can do in Skywars custom servers, and it basically is Skywars but on half a heart, meaning everyone is one hit. I really like the game because you constantly need to be aware of what's going on in your surroundings, which is very good for practicing your game sense. Not only that, but in certain situations you also have to use your CPS and block placement skills, so it's pretty fun overall and takes almost every single aspect of your skill to be good in. Now onto a more general topic, speedrunning. Now I've already made a video on this topic going more in depth, but in summary, I think speedrunning is quite underrated just because of the sheer amount of things you could actually speedrun, and honestly, trying to speedrun some random category on speedrun.com is almost always fun and a breath of fresh air, especially if you're a type of person who only grinds games. And last but not least, winter maps. These types of maps that usually come out during the winter holidays are always banging, like they're amazing. Like there's not a bad winter map on the Hive, both by looks and gameplay. Although the ice might be a bit annoying on some maps, but it adds to the Christmas vibe, to be honest. 96 likes and I'll do a video on the most overrated things on the Hive. Hope you enjoyed.